Hello everyone, and welcome to SpeedGaming Main. Today is another match of the Link to the Past Randomizer Invitational League Season 6. We've got our one of our first restreams here of Week 4. We've got ourselves Roomies versus SaHa's Kids with Plasma Kappa and Pi as our two runners. I'm starting to be in comms as VX. How are you doing?
Pretty good. We're just going to get the game up. There we go.
Yep. And, so do you want to talk about our mode for the week?
Sure, sorry, I was clearing Discord messages. Alright, pilot spoiler. So, this is a key sanity mode. Runners are going to get the spoiler log right, or the pilots are going to get the spoiler log right as the seat starts. No stream delay this time. The pilot has to tell the runners where to go.
Yep. So, 2 out of the 3 runners on each team are always involved. So we have ourselves today, Pi and Kappa, or Plasma, are going to be our 2 people running the speed. And then Kappa will be piloted by Artie Walsh, and Gilgamesh is piloting Pi. And so that Artie Walsh and Gilgamesh will be given the spoiler log when the seat race starts. And then they get to tell the runners where to go. And this must be done on the fly, unlike solo spoiler modes where you get 50 minutes to study the log typically. Here, you get the log at the same time as your partner gets going, so this should be interesting to see. We also just got the log, I just opened that up, and this should be fun.
Our tracker marking our dungeon rewards right now.
Yep. We do have ourselves Eastern, Pod, and Turtle Rock are our pendants, with Eastern being our vanilla green pendant. Let's see, 5-6 crystals are Hera and Ice. We'll need Quake for Crystal Meyer if we need to go into a pendant TR that's Quake for TR and Bombus for Meyer. Wrong way. I don't know why that's in that order, but okay.
I don't know either. But anyway, we are off. Sanctuary Common start while you're trying to figure out what exactly you're doing. Skullwood Small Key to start out.
Yep. So since your pilot gets the spoiler log at the same time as you get going, it is typical for runners to start by going over to CAC and just doing density checks while their pilot gets a few minutes to look at the log, since it takes some time to parse the log and see where stuff is. And so there's so many checks in Kakariko, you're going to find something that's required there, usually. Yeah. It's very, very rare to have a CAC-less scene. So it's a good way to kill some time, get some items, pick up some just general ammo, safety, all that kind of things, money. And then your pilot can figure out where you're going next.
Yeah, we see Pi going into Blind's hideout, Plasma Kappa going into the well. Chat's pointing out that we could see Mimic clipping if we have lousy bow locations today.
Yeah, we could potentially, as we get the lamp in the well. Not a whole lot in Blindside, it seems.
Just and it seems like.
Yep, and hi everyone in chat. ZSR crew. Yeah, VXR and I are hopping over here to do some just commentary today. You probably chat may recognize some other places that are over here for some comms. But yeah, pilot's already looking at the logs, telling our runners that they don't need to blow open the bomb walls, it looks like, for either Blind's hut or the well.
Yeah, another thing about no delay is that runners, the pilots and the runners can watch this stream if they so desire.
Yep.
Get a pod small, which is a pendant, so I think we're going to be going there.
Yep. And that's a safe quit from Pi. Plasma's going to go stock up of some bombs, it looks like, and then probably do the same. No South Shore play yet. Looks like we're heading off to Eastern, or that area at least.
Maybe to SaHa.
Yeah, let me go look through the spoiler log to see what it is they're going for.
Don't say it on stream.
Oh, I won't spoil it, no, but I do see what they're going for. Or what Pi's going for, because Kappa is going south.
I have not looked at the log, so I'm going to be like... So I kind of want to be surprised when they're doing funny stuff.
Gotcha. I will be looking at the log some, although I cannot completely multitask looking at the log and commentating at the same time, so it's whatever I can note down as we go. We do find both the powder and a glove there for Pi in SaHa's hut. He is continuing to Eastern.
I think the powder might just be for a safety. Because you're going to have lower health in this mode.
That is correct, because, where is that on this spoiler log again? Magic Bat is not required, so it's not for that powder. So the powder is not for that. Another small key to Skullwoods is going to be the only other... and a glove is a big thing, though. For Kappa, we now have both gloves between our two runners.
Yeah.
We are going to dip into Eastern without a bow or the big key, which is an interesting direction here.
I'm thinking it might. I'm just speculating here. I'm thinking it might be Moon Pearl here.
That would make a lot of sense. It's they are obviously going for an item here that locks the Eastern big and/or the bow, because otherwise you would really prefer to not go in here without those items, especially when you have the spoiler lock. But it is quite obvious that both pilots are clearly sending the runners here, as Cap is also going to pick up their mitts and the powder.
One right for big key chest.
Looks like it, yeah, skipping all of the front. Powder and mitts acquired for Kappa. Oh, and that's also a point from chat that I forgot. Right, it is also the green pendants. We don't necessarily need to finish Eastern. But it is interesting to note as... thanks. Check this file log, something else. No, maybe something to discuss later, depending on when that we see it.
I don't know if these runners can have it clip or not, but yeah, we could see that if, again, we have lousy bow locations.
Yeah, we'll have to find out. Chat asking what Kappa Sprite is. I haven't the slightest idea. I'm not sure what Pies is either.
Has to be a little careful here with the trying to damage boost off a Stalfos. Oh, that's... okay, gonna have to kill everything. Oh, can he kill everything?
He's got 5 bombs?
You can't powder these guys.
No.
Uh-oh. Okay, he's got bombs.
He's got bombs, he just has to aim them, and unfortunately misses one on the Stalfos there.
I could also leave the room and pots could respawn.
That is true. Okay, looks like he got the Stalfos. And just needs to bomb the lever. Stalfos the hardest one, lever are relatively easy to bomb.
Oh, like
and
a fairy.
Convenient fairy.
Yep,
and there's our Moon Pearl, as you expected. And that is out of here. Heck, give him Hat in Time. Thank you, Link Forest. Sorry, Tracker in chat telling us what that sprite is on Pie's end. And Pie is interestingly not going to go for that. What are his mitts in maybe the old arm cave yet? He's off to not the uncle, because apparently that's nothing. He's off to the castle.
Pilot keys is runners have a pilot telling them, a league teammate telling them where to go, basically, and then keys mean key sanity.
Yep. And we're going straight for Dark Cross here, which is interesting.
See if Kappa decides to go in from the... Oh wait, we don't have the Hyrule Castle small key, so unless that shows up. But yeah, not looking at Back of Escape.
No, the Back of Escape is a bunch of money, it looks like, according to the log. Oh. And speaking of both, that is an interesting choice here from SaHa's kids to go only to Dark Cross for a bow. I am not especially familiar with Pie as a runner, so I don't know what his skills with Mimic Clip are, but that is an interesting detour this early.
Early on with Pendant Eastern and Pendant Pod is interesting.
Very much so. We're going to go buy some more bombs for Pie. Plasma Kappa's off to Dark World here, taking the portal north of CAC.
There's no... It's the other
It is a weapon,
shop.
true Recidador. I have yet to check where our swords are. Although, evidently, it is not important enough for Plasma Kappa's partner to send them there, as we get a big key to Desert here on the chest game. We do need that, since Desert's a crystal.
We're also going to need to find the Thieves Town Misery Iron GT big keys as well.
Yep, and probably talking to the fortune teller there, I think was just maybe the wrong turn, not quite sure. But yeah, let's see. Thieves Town here for Plasma with no hammer and no weaponry to speak of is an interesting choice. It is a crystal, so and we don't have the big key either, but there is something they want in here. Noting here as well, I'm not sure if that was an intentional heart piece pickup. In all spoiler modes, when you know where the stuff is, it can be easy to. You tend to be at lower health just because you know where your stuff is. You're not going to go out of your way for hearts or anything. But it's also possible that sometimes it's just easy to forget which chest is the map chest again, which one's the compass.
Yeah, and
because
that's
that was the boots in the map chest.
Yeah, pretty easy and to mix them up in Thieves Town.
And Flippers is in the compass chest, is what that is. And I suspect the heart piece was a case of I forgot which one's which. Oops. Relatively minor time loss, just and there are worse things to pick up than the heart piece. Just one of those little things that can add up, because this also tends to be a relatively fast mode since you know where everything is. Bottle with a blue goo is a nice find here. I don't remember if sick kit's required, but it's certainly nice to have that safety at least. Sick kit not required. That is a map to Misery Mire we are never getting. Thanks. We are getting a smith though.
Okay, that's interesting.
We evidently need that if we're going to do this without a mirror. You figure out where this is on the spoiler log. I see what we need from there. Maybe that's we'll figure that out. We are going to see here Pi and Gilgamesh getting the boots here on their end. And then we'll see what Kappa gets here from the Smiths. Yeah, Vera, I'm looking at the log, and this is an interesting one, I can say that. VXR is not looking at the spoiler log, I am. A little bit here and there as time allows, so differing perspectives here. Quake, though, is a very, very curious pickup on the Smiths. Turtlerock's a pendant.
Is a mirror going to be in there? Again, this is speculation.
It is also, yeah, it's curious that they rushed that without the mirror. And because early play to Thieves Town for boots and pick up flippers on the way is good because you do need that. As Kappa's also rushing that early bow and dark cross. I'm starting to get concerned about our pendants. Early bow and early quake is not a good sign for this pendant layout.
Still don't have a weapon either. Or
nope.
like a real weapon, other than a bow.
We've got bow and bombs, and that's about it. Pie's also going to pick up this blue goo for the safety. And it looks like Pie will also be going for Smiths here. Not sure why he's not using his newly acquired boots, but anyhow. Actually, no, not Smiths yet. Although you've got boots. Use them?
You have? Okay, there we go.
There we go. I was like, Pie, you just picked those up a second ago. Pedestal, we'll see on that. I actually won't spoil since it looks like we have some sus pendant things. I do want
We're going to Hype Cave, so at least it's not going to be a 0 out of 10.
Yeah, I see what pet is.
Ether, we don't need that. I guess it's just for easier killing. Oh, there's a sword.
There's our sword, Hype Cave. Ether was just, I guess, picking up on the way. Yeah, if for easier killing, just in case. We are off to Waterfall Theory Zora area. Well, not Waterfall Theory, Zora area specifically. For Zora Ledge, because we do not have enough money for Zora. We do, however, apparently want this small key, whatever that is.
Yeah, it could be. This might be Swamp if we're going out of the way for it.
Yeah, Swamp although we can't get to Swamp just yet. This is an interesting early detour, perhaps just as a, here, go run over and get this while I look at the log for something else, potentially.
Or maybe it's Turtle Rock, because, we picked up Quake.
Yeah, I still need a hammer for TR access, though.
Oh, it's
Small key
another
to
pod
pod
small.
number 2. That confirms we need apparently both the bow and pod keys for something in pod. Pendant pod, I should note, because you're not going all the way to Zora Ledge unless for a pod key otherwise. Pi's gonna go to pod, speaking of here, without that small key from Zora Ledge, so evidently does not think they need it. What is pilot spoiler pilot key? So spoiler means that so pilot here means that one of the teammates for each runner is piloting them through the seat. They have received the spoiler log, which lists every item location in the game, and then they are looking at it and telling the runners where to go. Runners are in voice calls with their respective teammates, which is RD Walsh V is piloting Kappa, and Gilgamesh is piloting Pi. So RD Walsh and Gilgamesh are reading the spoiler log, telling their partners where to go. We get a hookshot here in the pod Stelphos chest. And key sanity is self-explanatory. That's key sanity. Yeah, we need the big keys, small keys, maps, and compasses are anywhere in the world instead of just in their own dungeons. Just add a little bit of extra challenge for pilot spoilers, since spoiler open is a little simple when you have a pilot to tell you where everything is.
You have a bow, Pi.
Yeah, I don't know. I really don't know why Pi went all the way out his way for the bow and then didn't use it. Would have been nice. Hopefully that not having that blue goo doesn't come back to bite him later, because
Oh, wonderful. We're picking up a shovel.
that's concerning. Why do we have a shovel? Why are we picking up a shovel there?
Same thing with bombos.
Well, we need bombos for
Oh, right.
Might.
Yeah.
That's
I'm
fine.
thinking Ice Palace.
The shovel's more concerning, though. Okay, why do we... that?
Yeah, spoiler logs have gotten a recent change where I believe they list prize packs now.
Yeah.
As well, in addition to keys and items and medallions and pendants and crystals.
Yep. So, for example, this is the entry for that shovel that was just picked up. It will list the name of the check. So, for example, Palace of Darkness map chest, and then the item on it. I just want them to put the damn log in alphabetical order. Yeah, it's the order's a little strange.
Especially for the overworld.
The overworld order makes no exceptional sense that I can figure out. We have a section for prizes at the top of the spoiler log. It lists each of the dungeons in order from the vanilla game, Eastern through TR, same as the one actually on our restream trackers, I believe. Then it has a special section for the TR and Meyer medallions, which is TR first and Meyer second for some reason. It will also list the Waterfall Fairy Bottle and the Pyramid Fairy Bottle for what comments you get in the game kids, which we don't need to do today. Then it will list each of the dungeons in order and all the checks within each dungeon, and what checks are in each of them, and then it will list Light World, Light Death Mountain, and Dark World, which includes Dark Death Mountain, is counted as part of Dark World, are 3 separate sections. It'll also list, yes, the drop prizes and also, as well as the settings. Let's see. We are speaking of the mountain, up on the mountain for Pi. RD Walsh is piloting Kappa, yes, and we will see here. I do see why Kappa is good. RD Walsh did send Kappa to get that second pod key, as we get a fire rod from Super Bunny Cave. We do not apparently need the other chest in there to see about things. Note that the only features you are allowed to use to pick up to parse the spoiler log is the just base notepad functions, basically. Control find, scrolling up and down. You cannot use any automatic scripts to parse it, as we get flute here in Hookshot Cave, as well as something I totally missed. Whoops. Oh, Skullwood's Big was the other thing. No, they didn't pick that up. There was a big key to Skullwoods and Hookshot Cave.
Okay, so that's not... Yeah, that's nothing. Alright.
Yep.
Yeah, there's got to be something on Big Spot if they picked up that shovel, but we'll find out when they get there. We're gonna actually move first. All right, Kappa's going to the back now.
Yep, there is something that is. Well, you'll see what it is here in a second. I have gone and looked it up. Fluid activated for Pi, and Master Sword is what's here. That. Going for the U room, which I did not catch what that is.
All right, Harkness, that's good because again the low health.
Oh,
and...
that'll
TT
be
Big
why.
Key, yeah.
That makes a lot of sense. I was like, I thought originally looking at the log that was I missed the GT Big Key. I thought it was for the sword, but that actually makes a lot of sense. And is it? Probably will have to return for that Big Key eventually. And we'll pick up the sword on the way. We'll presumably pick up the sword with it. But that is an interesting choice of routing on both teams for Kappa to pick it up and Pi to not do so as we get small key to desert. We've got something on the right side of desert then.
Yeah.
Because you don't actually need to beat the dungeon.
Well, we do, but small key isn't needed to beat it.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Small key isn't needed, yeah. We are going into the Meyer area here for Meyer Shed.
Just going, unless the mirror is here, it's going to be a save and quit. Or are we going to Meyer for something? Oh.
It looks like we're going to Meyer, because that's a key under the doormat, Samaria. Great.
No big key, though.
Yeah, let me go see where... Let's see. What's the spoiler log wording for big key again? Big key...
Meyer will say, like, big key D6, I think.
I was trying to remember what D6 is. Which dungeon, yeah. Now, you'll see. I'll just say that. You'll see. Yeah. I found it. It is, something.
Alright.
I will not spoil what it is for chat or for VX here. Yeah, VX and I are doing split comms or different versions of comms. VX does not read the log. I am reading it, so we can comment. I can comment on where potential routing choices versus seeing it live, I suppose. This is because this is a kind of interesting mode to come. Trying to remember, okay, which chests do I need to go for here, and which order do I do this in is also important here. There are a couple of items I need in here as Kappa gets their fire rod. Pi? Little confused what that was about, especially as I'm looking at this log here.
Get that key from the pots?
I'm surprised he didn't get the spike chest though. Or if he's going back. Okay.
Okay. Oh, Kappa did pick up Skullwood's big.
Skullwood's big chest is nothing important, I guess. Just might have mixed up which chest it was in, I guess. It's some money in that chest. Anyway, back to right side here for Pi, or not.
Okay, I don't...
okay, there we go.
Get this routing. Okay, here we go.
I wonder if this might be a case of misreading which check is which again in the log, because I'm a little confused as well.
It could be. And it's a lot to keep track of, as we've said.
Because this will
gotta be
explain
careful, okay.
Because that. You were asking about the big key earlier. That's where it is. And that's why I'm really confused why he didn't get that the first time he was on right side. And that is an important thing to note, as Chad notes, it's an important thing to remember. One of the benefits of Kappa going out of his way for an early Zora Ledge check to get that second pod small to go to the back of pod is that Kappa can go and can have an extra sword for Vitreous. I might be on Pi.
Well, 22 arrows isn't gonna take care of Vitreous.
No.
And with just arrows, you need an arrow upgrade.
Going to find one of them being that hammer, which will help. And he's actually not going to go for that yet, which interesting. Team pickup for Kappa. Kappa might go through TR here. We'll see. But I get Pi not wanting to go for low percent Vitreous right now. Vitreous just has a heart piece for us, and so not in a particular rush for it. 4 hearts, green mail, not much in the way of safety, spider sword. Yeah, I get that. Hammer though is something you really want really early. We'll see if Kappa goes for Vidi with slightly better equipment here. Kappa also does have that blue potion that Pa used on right side Pa because he forgot he had a bow or something. I'm not sure on that. And we'll see how Kappa routes Meyer here since I was wandering around a bit. Ouch.
Yeah, 4 hearts, green mail. Wizards are going to one-shot you.
Yep. And now Pie's going to go and route that Quake for off the Smiths, which is required for TR apparently.
We haven't picked up any small keys for that yet, though.
No, we haven't. I haven't looked for them yet. But they will need. They might need a correction. They might need a few. Alright, Kappa does seem to know where to go. And Meyer here, I don't honestly know what was up with Pie and routing the spike chest in. But we are going to get the big key to Meyer here for Kappa. Gonna also pick up his hammer. And then we'll see if he does anything else in there. Because Pie did leave. Quake has been acquired for him. Yeah. I am actually a little surprised Pie left. There is one other item here in Meyer, I'll say. I'm a little surprised Pie left without it.
And also gonna skip out on Vitreous for now.
Skip out on Vidi and the other item here. We are going to get a run up Death Mountain again for Pie. Without any TR smalls, which is interesting, as Kappa's gonna route on over to the dig spot for their desert small.
Oh, there's a shield on the floating island they're never going to pick up.
Nope, still no sign in that mirror either. Actually, never mind. I was kind of thinking surprised that they skipped the thing in Meyer, but that was me misreading the thing in the log. Never mind. Because we are getting a TR play for Pie. Looks like Kappa's routing the same way. Having reread the spoiler log and verified what I done goofed, evidently they don't need small keys here. Because they are both going in with 0. Just going to verify one quick thing. Yeah, okay. We are going to go here first to go pick up half magic. Always a nice thing to pick up.
Good safety.
Yep. And there is going to be they are going here to right side for one other check.
I like the Skirto Valley remix here in Turtle Rock. I don't die to the rollers.
Yeah.
Ah, yeah.
Yep, there's the mirror and another small key.
That's another pod small. Well, that's Pie's second.
Yep. And so I guess that's going to be the small key that Pie is going to use to get to his GT big in the back of pod. Because in fact, that's exactly where he's going. Back to pod. Yeah, okay. Looking through the spoiler log, they could have gotten some TR small keys, and the TR big key is also actually in Meyer, which is a thing I was looking at in Goof reading. Don't need it. If they had needed anything in the back of TR, they would have picked up some more TR keys, because there is at least one on the way. Extra luck, the Hedge Maze versus Zorlich pickup. What's the time differential on that? I'm not sure across the staves, especially because Kappa did get his sword a little earlier than his magic sword a little earlier than Pi with his routing. But at the same time, they also haven't done a lot of stuff that the second sword made a huge difference on. I don't think. I'd probably say it's pretty close, but I'm not quite sure. It does look like we are going to get a desert play now, or Meyer into desert, it looks like.
Okay, going back.
Yeah. Okay, desert first, and then perhaps Meyer for Kappa. Where's desert on the spoiler log again? There's a big key to GT for Pi. Master Sword and big key to GT acquired. He is out of here. They will never return to Pod. That is everything they need from it. It is a heart container, which is nice for plasma here in the desert map chest. Technically a little bit of a detour, but with boots it's pretty quick, and that's very nice to have, especially because we might see a Vidi fight here soon, depending on how the teams choose to route, as that's the big key to Thieves Town, is what we needed that small key to Desert for.
Alright. And floating away, probably to go to Thieves Town.
Yeah, no Lamos fight yet, gonna do that later, I suppose, probably with Vidi. Again, their weaponry is still not stellar, so while they could go fight the bosses, both runners and their pods are choosing to not do so just yet. Waiting on silvers, probably. That is possible. I'd have to go check where the silvers are. Yeah, okay. Or at least more safeties, yeah. You're seeing a lot of... This is the seeds. We're seeing a lot of double dipping of dungeons. We came into Thieves Town earlier for the flippers and boots. Now we're back to beat it. We've seen multiple trips into Meyer. We'll see multiple trips into Meyer. Pi will single dip desert. Kappa will need to come back for it. So it'll be pretty quick route back in with Vitreous and the mirror later. That's technically and Kappa will have better equipment when he goes back, so more or less not a significant difference there. This is one of those states where you just have to go everywhere. We've already had to dip all 3 pendant dungeons. And we are still missing an assortment of items. We'd like some more swords. Silvers would be nice. I know where silvers are. I did check. I haven't looked up our swords yet. And we're still missing at least 1 or 2 small keys. Most notably, we don't have our swamp small yet.
Yeah.
Let's see. We can beat desert. We can Hera. Let's see. What else do we need actually? Swamp small. Swamp small and weaponry, I guess, is mainly what they haven't picked up yet. Technically, they're in no mode, but we haven't seen SWAT weaponry in the swamp small. Is basically what they're at. They have picked up most of the items that we need to see. And let me see if I can remember swamp is ER Sansu D5. No, D4 actually can't count. No, okay, I probably just cannot count at all. Let's see, where is... Give me a minute to figure out where our swamp small's at.
We just got it out of the maiden cell.
Oh, never mind. That would be it then. So yeah, that is technical go mode. Though our runners would certainly like another. Certainly would like some more better weaponry. Swamp is D2. Ah, gotcha. That's where I goofed. Sometimes you wish you could get an independent runner to do this without Spoiler Log, just to gauge how bad the seed is without Spoiler Log. Yeah, this scene would be a bit of a mess without the log, given how many double dips they've had to do. Lines down for Kappa, and that is finally technically our first dungeon done through here, just under the 33-minute mark. Let's see.
We have a crystal after 33 minutes. Oh wait, that's Kappa's first crystal at 33 minutes.
That's our first crystal. Yeah, that is a second crystal on the board. Pi got his earlier, but yeah, just a minute ago from Landmoose. But yeah, first dungeon beat for Kappa, 33 minutes in. Let's see. Okay, yeah. We will eventually see more weaponry for our runners. You'll see where. Yes, maybe I shouldn't have said that, but I will. Well, we're going to see this play to swamp now for Kappa. Both runners in... Well, Kappa is now officially in item go mode. Pi will be in item go mode in a minute or so from Blind Cell. And then at this point, it's just run through the dungeons, more or less. This is a point in the scene where the pilots have relatively less things to do here, presumably checking for safeties. But since this is Key Sanity, they don't have to read the log to tell their runners which chests to open for keys. They can just run through the dungeon and skip everything, except for if there's something nice on the way, like his bow or silvers. Or not bow, sword of silvers, right. I am a little confused why Kappa's opening this chest.
This. Oh, it's blue mail.
That would be why. I can get that. Pretty convenient safety. Speaking of safeties you might get on the way, that's one of them. Yeah, that is the first armor we've seen. We are probably not seeing it when it's in the front of Skull Woods. Hey, Radical Sniper 99 reading with the party of 8. Welcome in, Raiders. Thanks for the raid. We are 35 minutes in. Both runners have all the items in their inventory they need to beat the scene at this point. This is pilot spoiler, so Key Sanity, so please feel free to ask if you have any questions about what that mode is. This is really just run through dungeons and as fast as you can and beat the scene. It is basically what mode these both runners are in now.
Yeah. We had to dip all three of our pendant dungeons.
Yeah.
Including Mirror and TR with the Quake on the Smiths.
Yep. And there are silvers. Speaking of those things earlier. But yeah, we had to dip TR for our Mirror. That is also where Pi got one of his second pod small key, because we had to go into pod for a hookshot. The shovel for the desert small on the dig spot, which was required for the Thieves Town big key on the right side desert. We also needed bomb boost from the right side of pod and a GT big key from the back of pod, as well as the second sword from the back of pod. And then Eastern was required for the...
Well, the thing about the GT smells, they can just pick up a key from the pots.
Yeah. Pilot keys means that one of the teammates for each runner, so in this case we have Artie Welsh V is piloting Plasma Kappa and Gilgamesh is piloting Pi. It has a spoiler log and is telling the runners where to go. Each runner is in a voice call with their respective pilot, and the pilot is telling them, hey, go here, or skip that. And then Key Sanity means it's Key Sanity. The big key, small keys, maps, and compasses are anywhere. So at this point, since the runners are in more or less functional go mode, the pilots don't actually have a lot to do. Unlike non-Key Sanity pilot modes, the pilots don't actually need to tell the runners to open certain chests for keys anymore at this point. The pilots are probably more or less at this point kind of sitting back and just watching things go. They have likely already at this point found where the remaining safeties are that the runners might like to have. And, yeah. It's like one person has the map and the other person's driving. It is a pretty good comparison, yeah.
Okay, Pi.
Yeah.
Okay.
Pilot stresses at the... Yeah, nice. Yeah, pilot stresses at the start, runner stresses at the end. Yeah. The early game is the most hectic part for pilots as they try to figure out where stuff is and what is a reasonable route to run it in. Whereas the runners are responsible for executing the seed, especially once you get to the point of the seed where both runners have reached, which is, I have everything I need to beat the game. How fast can I beat it? We have seen some pretty similar routing overall between both runners. I guess the main difference is probably the choice in pod small keys, I guess, is the main one. I'm not otherwise, they've had fairly similar orders in routing. Because Plasma Kappa chose to detour to Zora Ledge before going dependent pod to pick up a second sword in the GT Big Key. Pi picked up a second small key next to his mirror in Turtle Rock, but that meant he had to make a second trip to pod. Otherwise, right now, Kappa's further ahead has B in Swamp and is in Ice over Pi, but Pi has B in Desert. Whereas Kappa will need to go back for Landmos. You see Burna here. Oh, it's so safety to pick up on the route in Ice Palace here.
The base part to get a 639 again, and as they were saying about runners stressing at the end, they're on such low equipment.
Yeah. Okay, so I guess there is that. Pilots can still at this point still be like, hey, there's a heart container in this chest you can pick up. We will see actually if Pi also gets routed to that blue mail in the early part of Swamp. We are having on hold steer now for Plasma Kappa, as we are going to get that blue mail for Pi as well. Yeah, the pilots have absolutely looked for where the remaining two swords are, and we'll see is what I'll say about that. I have been looking at the Swarlog VXRs not too, getting different perspectives here. Not quite getting Specky Clip for Pi. There we go. So that is a relatively new strat discovered in the past about half year or thereabouts, where you can just skip the hammer and that key and just bypass it.
It wasn't legalized until recently, and we're not going to go into details about it. Yeah. This is not the place for that.
Nope. We are off to Skull with Nefer Kappa as Pi heads to the back of Swamp. Not a huge fan of the watercolor here in Swamp. The palette shuffle is being something for Pi, not that we've commented much on it, but he is playing with the palette shuffle. This does not impact the placement of the items in the seed, it's just a cosmetic thing. And you can get some interesting color combinations.
Yeah,
such as what we're seeing in the
Ice
Swamp.
Palace ends up being some really obnoxious bright color.
Yeah, probably. And we did see, actually, as Chad noted, though I didn't realize at the time, that Pi had gone into the Swamp without going to the dam first, because palette shuffle things mixed up Dark World, Light World from Habit, I suppose. Oh yeah, the actual mechanics of Specky Clip aren't especially terrible. You place a bomb in a specific location, so you walk into that, and then hookshot the statue, and you bypass the rail. The particulars behind how it got legalized eventually is what we're not going into. Shoutouts to Specky Specs, the runner who discovered the trick and for whom it's named. That is crystal number 4 for Pi. Kappa close behind on his 4th, if he can get his mouth down.
And Kappa does have his blue potion still, just in case.
Yep.
As Pi burned his doing potion camera unlock with a bow.
Yeah, I don't get that. I don't know why he did that. It's not a time save. But I do hope that won't come back to bite Pi later as he heads over to ice.
Let's see, so we're at 4 crystals on Kappa's side. This is going to be number 5 for Pi.
Kappa's going to get 2 crystals in relatively quick succession here between Meyer and Desert, and then Pi will need to go Meyer after ice, then both runners will head up the mountain one last time. They go beat Hera and then head straight into GT.
Pepto-Bismol Ice Palace.
This is very, very colorful, yes. Pellet Shuffle doing as you predicted here. Who's ahead? That's a really good question, honestly.
See, they both need to complete Meyer and Hera. Pai's got ice, and Kappa's got desert still.
I'd say desert's probably a bit faster than ice is probably where we're at. Yeah, you're saying much the same. I think is a difference really is that finishing go mode ice it does still take a few minutes versus the backup desert's pretty quick relatively. Because both runners are pretty comparable in terms of the equipment. They both got silvers. They both got 6 hearts for blue mail. They both got the powder. Kappa did pick up the Burna and Ice Palace, which Pi just skipped a second ago, which is not marked on the tracker for Kappa. Yeah, they're fairly similar in terms of equipment, though. So we are going to see significant differences in terms of they're not going to have substantially better force equipment. They both have a lamp for torch glitch on Ganon, so they should they so choose. Although they do have the silver, so not a huge concern. They do in fact have silvers for Vitreous, so hopefully we won't have too much trouble on this, but we'll see. Very nice takedown of the first phase. Yeah, that is another crystal for each runner here.
Five crystals apiece now.
Yep. Another thing we did mention in the time calculation of the lead is that Pi slows the run over to desert. Kappa just can walk over real quick.
Chat talking about Lava Dive, something very much banned in this rule set because it involves YBA.
Yes, indeed, as we did run on a modified no major glitches rule set for most ALTTPR racing. What does YBA stand for again?
Yuzuhara Bottle Adventure.
Gotcha. I thought it was Bottle Adventure, but I couldn't remember what the Y was.
Yeah, you can. One of the most common things you could accidentally do in this would be to do a blue potion on a screen transition in a dark world, and that would bring up the flute map. That's how you do fake flute.
Gotcha.
Which is banned in this race, of course.
Yep. That is crystal number 6 for Kappa. As expected, a little bit ahead of Pi here. About 48 minutes, just under 48 minutes, I think, for getting his 6th crystal. We're going off to Hero. We don't have the Hero Big Key. Don't need it. They can just Hero Pot.
Yeah, I don't think we're gonna see him opening any chests in the dungeon.
Yeah. In case anyone's wondering, the Hero Big Key was in the back of the swamp. So they really wanted to not do Hero's Pot. They could have gone and gotten it, but these runners both know how to do it just fine, so it's not an issue. Ooh, Kappa getting dead rocked a bit there. And that is crystal number 6 for Pi. Just over a minute behind, it looks like.
You gotta watch out for the Lionel's Master Sword. Yeah, not gonna hurt him.
Nope.
Oh, well, okay, a heart container. It's there, you might as well pick it up.
Yeah, it doesn't hurt to have an extra heart.
I'm gonna see if Moldorm cooperates. I think this is a DuckTales remix.
Not one I recognize, admittedly.
Though I recognize it more from I Want to Be the Guy than I do from DuckTales.
And in case someone was asking about GT Small Keys earlier, there's one on Moldorm. We have been listening to the 8 Big Band MSU for Pi. Ardiol's a pirate. Kappa. Kappa's using the Yoshi's Woolly World MSU.
Right,
gonna switch over to Kappa's audio.
Oh, we're checking something here. We did get a
You'll
small
see
key from
in
the
2 seconds.
Moldorm. Oh, hi.
Because it was tempered. So, yeah, it should be fairly comfy now for Kappa, heading up the tower, not mountain, rain. 7 hearts, blue mail tempered, silvers, half magic. Should be fine for both runners.
Here's all that lag. Again, we are not on the new version with Fast ROM because the tournament admins did not want a change so close to the league starting.
Yep. For those who are unfamiliar, Fast ROM is a relatively new change in the Randomizer latest version where essentially the vast majority of lag in the game has been removed.
Barring some like Randomizer situations that could result in a lot of lag, but yeah.
Like you can see how Burna will still cause quite a bit of lag on this version of the randomizer, just because of the additional animation from using it, which is removed in Fast ROM. I was trolling Cap a little bit there, but I guess it does get through. Thank you, Peter, for timing difference on entry into GT, minute 18.
Yeah, Fast ROM wasn't a thing introduced to Super Nintendo games until after ALTTP. Like, for instance, SMZ3, which is a combo of this and Super Metroid. Super Metroid Vanilla has Fast ROM, I believe, because it was a 1994 game, whereas this was 1991.
Nice quick land move 2 fight for Kappa. Ice picked up his temperate sword and is now also climbing up the tower now. Oh yeah, do you want to know where the fourth sword was?
Yeah, sure.
The fourth sword, 1 second, scroll down to it, is in Dark Magician Room of GT.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely not worth the time.
Oh no. I think if their Master Sword hadn't been right next to that GT big key, they might have gone for the Dark Magician Room if it had been someplace like Ped, for instance.
Yeah.
But yeah, in this case, there's no need to get gold sword from that chest. Gotta still buy like, some money today. Econometry is not going very well here for Kappa. Some pretty terrible angles.
I think he's only gotten 3 hits so far.
Yeah, he's just not gotten very good setups for it. But there we go. Is that a 5 cycle?
It might have been.
Because I know he had a lot of 1 and 2 hit cycles there. No triples, but... 1-1-1-1-2, yeah, that sounds about right, Dyke.
No, it was a 2-1-1-1-1.
Oh, it might have been that, yeah. Alright, time for Ganon. Fun fact about bacon from Ganon.
A good setup to get a 1-1. Wait, that wasn't enough hits.
Yeah.
Oh, it wasn't.
Oh, that hurts. Did also get popped by one of the fireballs earlier. Has a blue potion in reserve though.
Does have a blue potion just in case.
I'm rather enjoying this final boss music here. This is the first time I've heard this MSU.
There's a lot of warping.
Yeah, it really is.
Let's be a double there.
Doesn't quite get the torch glitch off.
Should be. Oh, alright. Not quite another double.
No, that is a single there.
Alright, this should do it.
Yep. And that'll be Kappa taking this win here for Trial Roomies, which will. We haven't commented on this division standings in the slightest, but they are in the Kakariko division of the Light World Conference. And that will put Trial Roomies up to
12 points.
12 points here with their third win, yeah. Jeez. And then directly Big Band Nemesis with the Final Fantasy VI track here for Ganon on Pai's end. Won't be far behind. And then we'll see if both runners want to join us for an interview once Pai finishes. Pai does need to pay a little bit of attention, though, is down to 2 hearts.
Ray burned his potion. Mushroom apparently was on Uncle.
Oh, yeah.
Blood to his singular. And we are joined by Plasma Kappa, GG.
GG Kappa.
A very interesting seed. Pushing you into all the pendant dungeons and such.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, just need a little look different to each of them.
Yep. We're currently watching. You guys are really, really close at the end. Pai's currently on Ganon.
Yeah.
Looks like he'll just barely miss the sub hour. Let's get a torch glitch, though. Oh, yeah, sorry, we'll focus more on interviewing once he's done.
Yeah, it's fine.
And get your GGs in chat for Pai.
Gonna finish up the seed as well here. A little over 2 minutes behind Kappa with an official race time, the GG time of 1 hour and 35 seconds. GG. I think he should be joining us likely here in a minute. And we are joined by Pai. GG.
GG. Alright, first thing I want to ask, what was up with the potion camera unlock when you had the bow?
Man, you know, sometimes you just want to try to swag and you just forget you have bow.
Yeah.
It's fine, I didn't need it.
I did a couple of practice with inadequate safety, so I really want to save that. But led us on a bit of a trip for pod smalls.
Yeah.
Yeah, we saw 3 of them. I don't know where the other 3 were.
We did. I almost would be. You guys ran relatively similar routes overall. That was, I guess, a main notable difference is Kappa already Walsh routed you over to Zoraledge real quick at one point in the mid game to pick up the pod small off the Zoraledge. Pai double dipped pod instead since he got his second pod small from next to that mirror.
Yep.
As we are speaking of pilots, we are now joined by Pai's pilot, Gilgamesh. Hey,
Okay.
Gilgamesh, GG is all to you, I guess.
GG's.
Yeah. It was like I'd already started at Sank. I'm like, oh, I need to go to Zoraledge. Well, that's only a slight detour from Sank.
Did you guys avoid double dipping pod?
Yeah. Went
Okay,
to
that's-
Zoraledge for it.
Yeah, okay. That's kind of what I figured was probably the biggest difference there.
Yeah, well, I had to take a circuitous route, but it was done.
Yeah, the seed was. We just said that to Kappa a minute ago before you joined Pai. But yeah, this was a go to all your pendant dungeon seed.
Yeah.
Right. Through the world.
And you had to go check the dig spot and do mirrorless smiths too. There's just a fair bit of running around the map.
Yeah, I think Gilgo was talking about pinballing just everywhere.
Yeah, it was hard to keep track because you had to bounce back and forth a bunch of places to get everything you needed, especially the stupid mirror in TR.
Oh yeah, that was quite a thing.
Yeah. I was like, okay, what's next?
And then yeah, once you had it, once you got the mirror, it was basically free at that point. But
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. As we are joined also by Kappa's pilot Artie Walsh, GG.
Yo, thank you. GG's, guys.
GG's.
GG's.
But yeah, this was one of those scenes where you, of course, with this being pilot spoiler, you obviously know where all the items are pretty early, but the challenge is always is going to be how do you route it? Like, what items do you pick up in what order? You ended up with fairly similar routes. I did kill Landmo the first trip through. Kappa did so. This did go back to do it with Vidi. Now that especially made a significant difference. Just little bits of things here and there. Because the scene kind of just wanted you to go to all three of your pendants relatively early, and you had to go into Mire with kind of low equipment for that hammer no matter what else you did, though I do get not doing Vidi at that time for either of you, because your equipment was not very good at the time.
Yeah. I wouldn't expect anyone to do that.
I was frantically looking through the spoiler log, seeing if there was any way I could make that single dippable, and I was just like, no, it's not gonna happen.
Yeah.
No, because Silver's in Swamp, Tempered in GT, both Temper and Gold Sword in GT. What do you do?
Yeah, not even that. Like, you had your cape and all the way over in Graveyard Ledge. Like, your heart containers were mostly concentrated in GT. Like, yeah, with what 4
your
or 5
swords
in there.
too.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah.
Yeah. Even pick up the blue cane and use it once.
Yeah, once or twice in the GT climb. We are commenting a bit about lag and fast ROM.
Yep.
Yeah, because I guess.
I guess the main thing that I'm kind of thinking about is I think you guys waited for Flute until you got the Smiths, whereas I sort of tunnel vision. And I'm like, oh god, Quake's there. We need to get Quake as soon as possible.
Well, that was me being like, oh, I forgot we need the TR medallion, so I wasn't even it wasn't even on my radar. I knew the mirror was in TR, but then my brain was like, oh, it's a pendant. We don't care about the medallion until after we went through VU the first time, and I was like, oh, okay, we need to go get that.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
I did that was a little bit of divergence from you guys.
We almost forgot Swamp Small too.
I always forget Swamp Small. 100% of the time, I forget to look up Swamp Small.
Yeah.
So I restart with the Smiths, and Walsh hey, you can go to Hyrule Castle. I'm like, oh. But then I returned to Smith anyway. I should have just went to Hyrule Castle and done my Light World checks, but so I just returned the man and saved quit out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, the bow was also kind of a mess on my part early, because I remember just seeing that. It's oh, we should have gotten that. Because I think it's it ends up a little bit smoother if you just kind of end up in pod, just on your first trip to the Dark World, and then you just activate the Flute, turn in the dude. But yeah.
Yeah, I did end up getting that bow a little bit earlier during the first.
That was mostly you need to do something so I have some time to look at the spoiler log, because there was nothing in Kakariko. Normally I use Kakariko for that time, but there was nothing in Kakariko, so I was I needed 30 seconds to be able to start looking for items. So I was yeah, go get that bow now. There's nothing else in there anyway, so just do it.
Yeah.
Makes sense, yeah. We were definitely wondering, because we were at the start looking at this seed and going, oh hey, Eastern Pod Pendants, if these guys know Mimiclip, are we going to see a bow today? But we did end up seeing one, because Silvers were quite nice for a few of those boss fights.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, that Vitreous fight would have been very unfun without Silvers.
Yeah, you're not going for that early, no.
Yeah, I'm also kind of surprised I was able to hit Vidi before he opened his eye.
Shoot the arrow.
ALTTP being a well-coded video game, I guess.
Right?
Yeah.
I was waiting for him to open his eye to get the first arrow shot off, and I'm like, screw it, I'm just going to fire, and it hit him. I'm like, oh, okay, well, here's the second arrow, bye.
Yeah.
If it works, it works. Yeah, I'm more or less out of questions, so
I don't
yeah.
have much
but
else
you
to say
fix-
either. No.
Yeah, cool swords, cool tempered sword, or cool gold sword, just sitting, one screen or 3 screens away.
Yeah.
Jeez.
yeah,
At least
you're
the
never
tempered
running.
was basically free. Like that was
yeah,
nice.
yeah,
At
that was
least.
nice. Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, tempered is nice. It's like, Gabe, you could have given us a sword a bit earlier.
Also, funny pod dig, by the way.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, that was another validation chest cap.
Yep.
Just,
Oh,
Oh, yeah, that's
Nice.
where that was. Yeah, nice.
amazing.
And isn't the Eastern
Yeah.
behind some really dumb change?
Eastern Big was also in GT. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was in Brando Room, and the
Brando
Bug Net was in
Room,
Title
yeah.
Room. Yeah, all kinds of fun stuff in GT.
Oh yeah. Oh fun. I didn't even catch that.
Wow.
Yep, yeah, that was there.
Yeah,
Some
2
other
swords,
loose.
like 5 heart containers. GT was pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
well, still got to the 7-heart blue mail breakpoint.
Yeah.
Just all I really
I did
want.
have a chuckle looking at the Spire log early. Ice rounds on SaHa, for those who were wondering.
Yep, I saw
Oh,
that
yeah.
very early, and I was like, "Oh no!" And then I saw TR was a pendant, and I was glad that was.
There's some relief there. Yeah. Yeah. Cool 80 key seed, but yeah, we're
Yeah, no kidding. This would have been a nightmare last week. Yeah.
Seems
more
like we
importantly,
got
what-
the easy version.
Yeah.
So more importantly, what was on Ped?
What
Ped
did I
was
wanna
what,
say?
money, I think?
Oh,
Yeah,
Yeah,
money
that
of
was
some
300.
sort.
Yeah, 300.
yeah.
Hey, game gave you the lamp at least. That was nice and early
Oh,
in
yeah.
the world.
Yeah, it was the
Very
only thing in
free.
Kakariko.
Well, I mean,
No
wasn't
kidding,
yeah.
right?
Bottle Vendor have something?
Yeah, Bottle Vendor had a pod small, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, that
something.
was both your first pod small.
Yeah, I just walked the CAC and opened it. I didn't even know the lamp was there. I go with the
Yeah.
fast route.
Yeah, that was a surprise for me. Just like, hey, where is the lamp? Because I'm about to send it to Big King. Oh, okay. Hopefully he has that. Yeah,
I
so
mean,
good
CAC is
pilot.
one of those things I commented earlier, how it's usually in this mode. It's pretty common to just see runners go CAC early. There's a load of checks there. There's usually at least one item in there somewhere while their pilot takes a quick start looking at the log, because there's a lot going on in the early game, as there always is.
Oh, yeah.
But either of Doug, I'm not sure, Barney Walsh wants to talk a little bit about how you like to do pilot spoiler from the pilot's perspective, since we don't see it too often as a mode.
I don't. That's the short answer.
I think it's kind of an interesting role. Like, yeah, it's definitely stressful for those first 10, 15 minutes, just trying to find all the ends, just trying to piece together the most efficient way to do things. Yeah, and kind of like I said, having to not just think about where you are right now, but also trying to think 2-3 steps ahead and try to build the route out and just try to figure out what things are faster when. So I kind of find it interesting from that aspect. And then yeah, the last 30 minutes you're just kind of playing spotter for him. Just
Yep, you're sitting
Yeah.
there looking at oh, any free safeties I can get along the way in these dungeons?
Yeah.
Nope.
Yeah.
Nope, just go to the next one.
yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. Because you guys both hit. I have everything I need in my inventory to beat the scene, except for I guess Tupperware would be nice at about 30 minutes or so.
Yeah.
And then it's just run
Yeah.
through dungeons, man.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that's once you found all the keys, you're looking for swords, and it's oh, well, hope you like the master sword because that's what you're gonna have for the next 40 minutes.
Yep. That's exactly what Gilgis told me.
definitely
Yeah.
interesting. Yeah.
Go ahead. Sorry.
Oh no, yeah, I'm just gonna say, I'm glad it's back. It's an interesting twist on the game, but yeah, just want to say GG's again to the SaHa's kids. This is a fun race, and yeah, looking forward to Wednesday. And yeah, thank you guys for the comms tracking.
Thank you.
GG,
Yeah,
guys.
Yeah, GG's was going to say that does take Tile Roomies up to 12 points here with 4 wins. 4 wins, 3 losses, I believe, looking at the standings. And SaHa's kids, you remain at 3. You're now 3-4, and you guys will play one more match later this week, Wednesday at 7
time.
p.m. Eastern. Yep,
Okay.
same pilots, different runners. So we'll have Jamie Easter and Talon running the seed this next time, it looks like.
Yeah, that's
Uh,
a
so-
banger of a race.
Yeah, good luck to you both there. Or good luck to you guys, I guess. that is more or less going to be it for us otherwise.
Yeah.
VX, any final comments here?
We
Do
do
some
have
shoutouts?
we do have another race coming up on SpeedGaming 3 at 9 p.m. Eastern between Big On Pot and Farm Friends. Dawn Vinner and Windfox are going to run that. I don't know who the pilots are. It doesn't list that on the schedule. But we have more races tomorrow, particularly in the evening Eastern time. So stay tuned for those. And of course, there's Open League races going on as well. See if any are up for a restream there. Doesn't look like there's any tonight. But yeah, thank you all so much for watching. We'll see you later.
Yep. As always, thank you. Before I forget, SaHa's, our my Chico comment, our tracker, Link Force, as well as our runners and our pilots, Plasma Kappa, Pi, RD Walsh, and Gilgamesh. Thanks to you all, and have a good night.
Yeah, I probably should have said that first. Anyways, good night.
All right, good night.